Hey, we all know how we're gonna die, baby. We're gonna crash and burn.
This week's first ascent is Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica. Got the four kind of women I like: brown hair, blonde hair, red hair, and batshit crazy. Guess who I always end up with? But this week was Free Comic Book Day week. I went to a sale. I basically blew my budget in one shop, so I didn't even bother going anywhere else after that. I ended up going to another shop, I think it was Wednesday, to pick up my books, so ended up getting a couple more Free Comic Book Day books. But this is my 13th year on YouTube, and I just recently celebrated my 666 subscriber. I'm not sure if I'm in a contest or not. I might wait a little bit longer, because with my luck, I'll have a 666 contest and YouTube will fuck me over. And I'll have like 650 subscribers or something. So we'll wait till I get closer to 700, then I'll celebrate the 666 subscriber have a contest of some sort, or just a giveaway. I'll probably just do a giveaway. Hell with it. But yeah, this has been quite the journey. I still love doing this. I wish I could do a lot more. Everyday life that everybody else goes through. This is not a full-time job, and I'm never making a full-time thing, because something I love doing. The last thing I want to do is turn it into something that I have to do. I do because I want to do it. I've always said it's basically a labor of love for a hobby that's always been there for me. This week's Two from the Tomb. Decided to show my favorite Free Comic Book Day book. Of course, it's Red Room by Ed Piscor. He autographed it to me on that Free Comic Book Day in 2021. Sort of sad, because those that don't know, Ed Piscor took his own life last year, April 1st, for let's call it some bullshit reasons, just to be honest. I made a video about it, and it was, it's quite long. It was, just full of hate and being pissed off at certain people that he named. I still can't even look at some of those people's books, and I've been fans of some of them since I was a kid, But I don't want to say too much, because I don't want this video being depressing and stuff. But yeah, it was so nice meeting him. I think it was I think I met him. Well, I hate when I say I met him, because I was going to sign. I see it, we see each other in shops and stuff. I think the last time I saw him was down in Ides, probably about 3 months before. We always just say, hey, what's up, to each other. But that was, or if we were digging and stuff, I guess I've told this story before. We've, multiple times, I'd be digging and I'd look up and Ed was, either right across me or right like 2 boxes away from me or stuff. So it was always cool seeing one of your favorite artists and stuff literally like feet away from you and say, hey, what's up? And didn't bother him or anything with like, hey, Bunny, sign my book. No, it was nothing like that. I only had him asked him to sign stuff when he was doing official, what's it called, like official signings and stuff. So I met him official signings, I think 3 or 4 times, and he's always been a really cool dude. He's somebody that should have had a line out the door, and sometimes I'd go there, and I'd be the only one in line, and I'd talk to him, about his channel and stuff. I talked to him, he talked to me about the shaky cam. But it's an inside joke. But just quite a loss. And like I said, I released a video, or I made a video, and I never released it because out of respect for his family. I don't think they needed another, talking head on YouTube spouting off about it's sad enough that Ed passed away the way he did, and like I said, he didn't need another person chiming in on it. But all I can say is he was we lost a historian. We lost a great, his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below. One of the I'm gonna call it right now, one of the greatest reviews of all time is cartoonist Kayfabe's Dark Knight Returns review with Ed, Jim, and Tom reviewing it. So I'll leave a link down below. Definitely check it out. And speaking of free books, and both of these signatures were free. I got wanted to show this. I think I've shown this before, but this is the Three Rivers Comic Con preview guide, signed by Joseph Michael Linsner and his wife. I forget her name. Is it Christina? I believe Linsner. That was funny. I had Joseph Michael Linsner sign that book, and I was getting ready to put it back in the bag. She grabbed it out of my hands and signed it. I was like, all right, that's cool. Hey. But yeah, I think Three Rivers Comic Con's coming up in June. I can't remember the dates, but you can find it. It's one of the 3 comic book shows that or 3. There's more shows, but there's 3 guest businesses that run them. Three Rivers Comic Con's a decent show to go to, especially if you got, you're dragging the wife along, dragging a girlfriend, got kids. I mean, it's pretty much spread wide out. It's open. You can walk anywhere. You're not, it's not multiple people. They got different arts and crafts and stuff. It's a decent show to go to if you want to try to go shopping for books, and then you got you're taking the whole family with you. So Steel City Con is another one. The Pittsburgh Comic Swap Meet is another, probably one of my favorite shows. Probably my favorite show. Just all comics. Their slogan is no pops, no fudge, just comics, or something like that. It's hilarious. But all the shows in Pittsburgh are good. Just depending on what you're looking for. Three Rivers is basically a mixture of toys and stuff, so comics, but with more focus on comic books and artists. The Pittsburgh Comic Book Swap Meet is, I think it's Pittsburgh Comic Book Collectibles and Swap Meet. I think it's the official name. It's just strictly comics. I know the guy that runs it. I talk to him in his shop all the time, and he's adamant that people sometimes bring in figures or knickknacks, of course. But I'd say it's like 95, 98% just comics, which is awesome. Steel City Con. I don't know how the hell I'm getting off on talking about all these shows, but I'll make it real quick. Steel City Con is basically pop culture, all kinds of toys. It's more of a toy show. There are comic books there, but it's more known for its celebrity, like, autographs. To me, I don't really go to that show anymore. I used to love that show when it was a little bit smaller. Before around 2015, it blew the hell up, and it just became too crowded. The lines were just insanely long. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, if there's somebody there that I want to get an autograph off, I'll definitely go. But do I go out of my way to go to it? It's open. I think it's 3 times a year or 2 times a year. I can't remember. They have it. So definitely worth checking out. But I'm not looking for the housewife of Alf's autograph, or Cousin Oliver from the Brady Bunch. I don't need his autograph either. For $85, $100 for a selfie. Get the hell out of here with that shit. But enough complaining. Let's get to the books here. So first up, I got the Free Comic Book Day books that I picked up. then some sale books. Then we're going to do the subscription stuff at the end. Okay, so like I said before, obviously this is a free comic book day haul. Nothing like a week later. showing off these books, but we'll go through these real quickly. This is probably the most free comic book day books that I've actually picked up. I've rarely ever pick up more than 4 or 5, but there was a lot of good stuff that I wanted to check out, so I figured I'd pick up quite a few from different shops. First up, the Phantom. Just love that cover, so yeah, I was interested in checking this out. The art in it looks pretty cool, so that was a must for me. I picked up All In, the 2005 special edition. The comic collector was wondering where my DC books were when I put up a short on Free Comic Book Day, just to keep tradition alive for putting out a video on Free Comic Book Day. But this is a double-sided here, so. But I own like the first, what is it? The first couple issues of Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, and I think I own the first issue Wonder Woman. I want to check out the Flash and Green Lantern too, but as I was like buying them, I'm like, do I really need to start collecting other things right now? Picked up the Best of 2000 AD. Gotta love Judge Dredd. I Am the Law. Blood Type from EC Comics. I believe they have a couple different comic book lines. Yeah, these are all some of them right there. I've been hearing mixed reviews about the stories in these books. The covers all look cool. Like, this is a pretty cool cover, man. But I'm hearing like the stories. It'd be interesting to finally check it out and having some sort of an opinion to myself. Every Free Comic Book Day, I always pick up the Spider-Man issue just to get a little taste of the universe of the Spider-Man. But again, it's not something I'm going to go out and buy all the new issues for. This one here, heard it was a pretty popular book. Mark Spears, Monsters. I've been reading some things like on Facebook groups, so I'm not 100% sure if this is all accurate, but sort of soured me a little bit from some of the stories I've been hearing. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this book. I bought the first issue. I'll be showing it probably in a later video. I'm going to read it. I'm going to try to go into it with an open mind, but next up, Godzilla, The New Heroes. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one too. Another one I picked up is the Conan book. I always pick these up too. Like, I got the first 3. I've been trade reading the most recent. I believe this is. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is like a mini series, maybe. The Scourge of the Serpent. Man, yeah, I'll be talking about this character a little bit in an upcoming video. You'll see why. Also picked up the Fantastic Four. This actually looked interesting, so I figured I'd give it a read. Fantastic Four is the comic I've always tried to like, but I just never could get into it. I mean, I like the old, the first, like, 100 issues. I've gotten trade paperbacks and stuff like that, but it's something I could collect ongoing. I don't know, just it is what it is. And lastly, for Free Comic Book Day, Energon universe, dealing with like G.I. Joe, Transformers. So yeah, I'm a huge was a huge G.I. Joe fan, especially the comic books back in the day, but haven't been really reading anything as of late. I might try to go read it through my online or digitally, but it's not something I want to go out and buy like the whole freaking run. They come out with compendiums, which Skybound is pretty cool, pretty well known for with the Walking Dead titles and stuff. Definitely I'll pick them up that way. Yeah, but to go out and collect all these issues anymore, it's just not in the books for me. Then they had, as I was leaving the store, the shop I go to a lot, that's on my pull list. They had some of the Chicker Reed books too, so I picked this one up. Kylo Ren, Age of Resistance. So the main reason why I go to the Free Comic Book Day, not just because they're free comics, I could take or leave those. You know, I mean, they're great to have, great to read, free reads, you know. But I go for the sales, and a lot of times it's DC independent books are all 50% off, and then like Marvel's like 35% off. I never go for the Marvel stuff, so well, I shouldn't say always, but I always tend to go for the DC and indie stuff. But this year I went all Image, except for one book. And you can guess what it is. So I filled a lot of the holes that are in my Spawn collection. So I picked up Spawn issue 124. Greg Capullo just killing these covers, man. Issue 133. 134. We'll take a look inside this one here. This is Spawn issue 135. So as I've been, buying these books, I've been reading them a little bit out of order, which is, for those that don't collect Spawn, a lot of times most of these issues move at a snail's pace, moving the story forward. That's not a knock, it's just what it is. So the artist on this book is Angel Medina. And I've become a pretty huge fan of him. And it just sucks. He probably would have been, one of the best Spawn artists. But you're following like Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo. That's like following like freaking the Rolling Stones and Kiss. And you go on after them, after Kiss's rock and roll all night with the fireworks going off and stuff like that. Then you got to follow that, So he sort of gets, a little bit lost in the shuffle. But I think, his art's right up there with those guys, and you can, he's heavily influenced by them too. But definitely, definitely a great artist. I'm not sure if he's done anything recently. If anybody knows, like anything in the last couple of years, let me know. Because I'd love to see his work now. Just haven't been following him. I'm following him as I'm buying these Spawn issues, but after that, I think he might go to issue 150. I'm not 100% sure, because I got some of the later issues in the 100s, and I don't believe he's on those issues at all. So, but we'll find out together. But yeah, it's issue 135. Issue 143, another great cover. This is a really decent condition too. There's no color breaks or anything on this, and this is all black, cover. So, at least I can't see. issue 138. And 132, I'm out of order. Oh yeah, I was really out of order here. But anyway, you get the idea. So lastly, from the comic book shops that I picked up a pretty decent sized book here. Pretty much destroyed my whole budget for the rest of the day. But I was going through this stuff. Like I said, 50% off of all DC and all independent titles like Image, Dark Horse, all that stuff. So as I'm walking, I go past the display cases, I should say, and there's a sign on there, 50% off, 35% off, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, man. I was like, let's take a look in here. So I ended up picking it up. The funny thing about it is that it's Batman Adventures, issue number 12. It's in a case, CGC case, of course, because I'm Mr. CGC all of a sudden. Don't worry, a couple of videos you're going to just see, a wall of CGC books behind me. But anyways, I literally bought this book probably about 5 or 6 months ago. It was a 5.0, and I paid the exact same price I paid for that for this one, but I couldn't pass it up at this price. So, and I took it out of my funds that I was saving up for either New Mutants 98 or Amazing 300. Those are the other two books that I want. Then I'll have all the books from when I was a kid and stuff that were key issues. And if you follow this channel, I'm not some key collector guy, but I do like having those books too, though. So it is what it is. But this is a 9.2, so figured out, I'd love to have a near mint copy in my collection. And the other one's a newsstand, so now I got two different types of books, I should say. So, but good to have in my collection. Harley Quinn. Those that don't know, this is the first appearance of Harley Quinn. I'm just like super happy to have it. So the good thing is I didn't waste my whole budget on because I had up to I think I was up to $327 or $28 or something like that for my New Mutants book. I'm just waiting. Some of them they're slowly coming down, so I might wait till to get like a New Mutants. I could get like an 8.5 or something, or I want it in CGC just because, especially the Amazing Spider-Man 300, because there's a lot of shenanigans go on with that book, with coloring and stuff, so you just gotta watch with that book. And lastly, I got my pull list, so we'll show that stuff too. You guessed it's going to be pretty much all Spawn, but these books are cool too. So this is King Spawn issue number 44. Gunslinger issue number 42. And the Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger issue number 5. I'm not exactly sure how long this one's going to go on for. I thought it was a mini-series, a 6-issue mini-series, but I was looking at some previews and I saw like issue 8. So it might be a 12-issue run. Yeah, the art's by Chad Hardin. He used to do, what's that, Harley Quinn back in the day, with Jimmy Palmiotti, who writes this book. I got his autograph from when he was from the old Pittsburgh Comic-Con. He was doing it, back then he was charging $5 a signature, but if you had it personalized, he'd do it for free. So that's, obviously I got it personalized. Last but not least, Batman Hush 2. This is Batman issue number 159. Read the first part of this. I thought it was pretty good. Definitely hoping they keep the Joker sideline. I didn't read this yet because I literally just got home with them. But I'm hoping he's not that big part of the story moving forward. They did a nice job of taking him out of the action, the sequences. So definitely be nice if he disappeared for a while. Yeah, give him the Red Skull treatment. You know, bury him somewhere. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Check out my Instagram down below. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.